Afternoon all. So today we'll be doing a quick training session on house and land and the integration that we've developed on our side to make that work. So house and land is a not yet well known, but I believe will be an up and comer in the market. Their point of difference is that rather than putting all the burden or work on the builder solely to market themselves, they encourage active collaboration between developers, land holders, and the builders. And they encourage each to list their individual stock separately. And then through the use of APIs and data matching technology, they're able to determine whether a house fits on a block. And then they represent that as a house and land package. So I'm just going to share my screen. This here is what houseandland.com.au looks like. It's very straightforward, very clean. As you can see, houseandland.com.au, they have the ability to list land estates, land for sale, house designs, and you can also do your own custom packages. For the moment, we will be focusing on, as a builder, listing our houses through the use of our API and our website to push out our pre-priced homes onto the web, and then how that appears for an end consumer. Now, there's a bit of a delay or time process to push so much data out. So what I've done is I've done a data push out initially earlier today, and then I'll be showing you the way. So I've just had Glenn join us. So what we're going to have a look at here is land for sale. So if we were to type in a suburb or a region such as Central Coast, it will show us land stock that's available that developers, land agents and the like have listed on here. And some are priced, some aren't. We can click on them and see more imagery, see who the agent is, price description, reminiscent of realestate.com.au. Obviously, the point of difference here is that, as I said earlier, you're able to match the houses to the land. So if we were to click on house designs, for example, you can see there is a great deal of integrity designs there showing up in the first of the list, because I've earlier today pushed out an update, and there's 158 pages of various builders' designs nationwide when you're not searching for a particular region. If I obviously narrow this criteria down to, say, Coffs Harbour, where I'm positioned, hit search, there'll be fewer designs showing, being that of builders which are set up to market in that region. So we've done all the hard yards on our side of things. We've built the API, we've got the connection going between our website and also theirs, so that there's an extra touch point effectively for consumers. So they can go to our website, they can look at a house design, and they can be presented with a button to match to land. Or inversely, they can go to House and Land's website and find land, and then inversely find us, or find one of our floor plans and then find a block of land that it suits. Or even long-term, the goal is that a developer will have these matching buttons on their website, and you'll be able to land on a developer's website, someone prominent, and choose a block of land you like, press the button, and then be presented with builders' floor plans which suit and match that site. So it's all about the cross-collateralization and everyone having a little bit of skin in the game, I guess. So as I said earlier, I've already set up many of our franchisees, pushed them through to make sure they were working, and now we'll have a look at how the franchisees do the last little bit and how they push that price file out. So each user account has their own unique user ID, and that's unique to them, and we need to know what that key is, and we need to enter that into the portal version of Gyro so that the data can be pushed through. So right now I'm on the main builders website for Central Coast, and I'm on the admin screen, and I've stored the franchisee's user agent ID in there that I've picked up from House and Land on their behalf alongside their API key, being this House and Land agent ID here. So now we need that number in particular. And as I said, if you're an Integrity franchisee, I've already created an account for you if you haven't created one yourself. And I've stored this number inside your admin panel on your builder's website. So we're just going to select that, Control C, and then we're going to go over to the portal version, the web version of iGyro. You're going to log in with an account with admin, go down to admin and houseandland.com.au. At this point, you'll be presented with a field which will be blank, and you want to put in the agent ID. You'll be given a free form text box where you'll be able to select your consent authority. Now, this consent authority is the pricing that's published to the web. So if you have multiple area loadings set for a broad geographical region, then you'll have to consider which one is the most appropriate to market. You're only able to market a singular price through this platform. So I guess where your greatest volume is, or where it comes down to you which one you want to select to market. In his Central Coast, many of his are all the same, so I could choose Lake Macquarie or Newcastle, and it would give the same result. Next, you'll choose the sales consultant. So you type in the user ID from igyro of the person with whom you wish to be associated with these listings and who will be receiving any inquiry on them. So Don Sutherland's our new builder there in the region, who will also be fielding the inquiries. I could easily type in another name for another user account. Select. Now the use fast track pricing tick box, you can elect to leave that clicked or unticked. Effectively, that'll have an impact of probably 3% on the base price of the price advertised. If you're not using fast track, or you're wary of advertising a price point in the market with fast track included, then you're welcome to untick that. And then the next field is the upgrade standard price item. So what this freeform box allows us to do is to just add a calculated or arbitrary value onto the anticipated sale price generated via iProx for our standard homes. The designer specification is built around a very, very specific set of items that are included and items which are specifically excluded. And if you're marketing in a region where, or in a state where certain things are necessary and unavoidable, but are not included in the base price, this is how you would account for them. So in the instance of Don's area in Lake Macquarie, being in New South Wales, it's reasonably unavoidable that he will need a rainwater tank. It's also unavoidable that he's likely going to need some security fencing. So I've allowed for 50 linear meters of security fencing and a rainwater tank, which when I added up in iProx came to thereabouts 4,700. And so I've put that value in. Once this data is here, you press save and sync, and you'll see it will commence its process. Now, the first time you do this, it can take upward of an hour to push out because there is so much data to push from the web. We've got to push every single render for every one of our standard homes. Every floor plan, description, area field, you name it, gets pushed out. Each iteration thereafter, once a price change has been made to the standards or a new standard has been priced, it's a matter if it's coming in and pressing save and sync. Then we'll push out the updates through the system. It won't worry about updating historical data because it knows it's good. And how that appears on the web is exactly this here. So this is the Aspect 200 facade one, which has been pushed out through this exact system to House and Land. You can see the phone numbers there, website, floor plan. Many of these are set as in the phone and the website through the admin panel, and I've set that on Don's behalf. You can click here to view the floor plan of the house, and you can also scroll down and you'll be presented with options to match to land from the regions with which this builder is set up to build. So Central Coast has regions such as Newcastle, Lake Macquarie, Central Coast. And so they'll be presented land which is within those territories, hopefully. Raymond Terrace, that looks familiar to me. And if you were to click on that land, you're presented with a window such as this. So it's taken the land price, the house price, and generated a theoretical house and land package for you. So if you were to click on inquire, ask the consumer to put in name, phone number, email, and then what it will do is it will send out an inquiry to both the land developer and the builder and say, hey, there's been an inquiry on your house. Hey, there's been an inquiry on your block of land. Here's the client's particulars. Please touch base with them. So this price here, as I said earlier, is generated through the iProx standards, which are pre-priced, with the area loading multiplier applied, whether it be a less than 1 or greater than 1 loading. And then on top of that, it's adding in the fixed costs item that we filled in earlier. And if we were to go to the INH website, now that we've got the API online and the houses are listed on the web, we'll be presented with this match with land 3 simple steps button. So if we were to choose the Alton, for example, once again, give it another opportunity, match with some land, and we're being presented to match with land. So another touch point for a consumer to build their own house and land packages, for them to see the value of the home, for them to see what that would look like in combination with land, and another opportunity to derive an inquiry. So that's House and Land 101. And yeah, as I said, the houses, the standards are priced, they're ready to go, or many of them are. You put in your code, put in your extra costs, choose whether you want fast track enabled, and press go, and it's online. Houses are priced, they're ready to go for the consumer to make informed choices. So thanks for watching.